Welcome to As We See It.
I'm Kelly.
I'm
Coffer.
Vicki Kaiser.
Yep. And welcome to another little session of As We See It.
Yeah, so on our, we have a YouTube channel, so subscribe. Remember to subscribe to our channel As We See It. We're starting to get some views.
Yeah.
And I think it's due to having a more searchable title. So I'm learning that. And
this whole process is kind of a learning process. We don't know.
Right.
We at the beginning had no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
Do we put it on YouTube? Do we not? You know,
Right.
what type of a process? So Vicki's been researching all that, and you've been able.
Well, right. So I said this when we were at the winery, that my niece Andrea Kaiser showed me some things and taught me some things, and so I got stung by a bee.
I know,
I got a little like wave of.
We're
bee sting
outside at the
pain.
lake at my house.
We're at the lake.
So
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yes, we're at the lake at Kelly's house, and
we had some wine, some cheese and crackers,
some cheese and food,
fruit.
and then all of a sudden some bees
Like
decided
attacked
to
us.
join us, and they're like,
Vicki got stung.
and I got stung, and then you sort of got stung on the knee.
And the knee, it's
grazed
like,
a
oh
little
dear
bit.
God. So
And-
the food went inside, but the wine stayed with us.
Yeah. No bees keeping me from relaxing on the lake with a glass of
enjoying.
wine.
Yes.
I dare indeed.
Today we're going to talk about how you start a business. Like, how do you even begin to think what it is that you want to do for your
how
own
do
business?
how do we even get to where we are? Because I didn't know. I never dreamt that I would own my own business, and it didn't occur to me. But what happens is, if you do something you like and that you think you're good at, and it occurs to you that that's the case, you go to school, you work in the industry for a while, you find a way in to start learning that trade,
internship,
that
whatever
you are
it is.
interested in, or that you feel that you would be good at, or you're naturally good at.
So you went to school
I went to school.
for was it a 2-year, 4-year?
I went to a 2-year degree for interior design as a stay-at-home mom for a long time, and I'm like, and my kids were older, I'm like, now what do I do?
And many people go through that. You know, you
Right.
spend your life raising a family, which is wonderful. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Whether you work or you don't work.
Exactly.
And I was a stay-at-home mom too, and what a great opportunity it was to have with our kids. But either way, if you're working or staying home with your kids, once they leave the nest, it's like, who am I?
Right.
What am I about?
Right.
What's the next stage of my life?
Right.
And I think that's kind of where you were, and I went through that too.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's what I was like, now what do I do?
yeah. I'm sorry, I gotta find my dog, Buddy. Buddy.
Where is he?
I don't know. My dog. He was swimming.
He's not.
Buddy, here.
I could have sworn you brought him in the house.
No. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
He's back out. Okay. Well, thank
Real
goodness.
life situations.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
there's
thank
no
goodness.
editing going on here.
Oh yeah,
Go
there he
swimming,
is.
Get
There
the
he
fish.
is.
Yeah,
There
get the
he is.
fish. Okay, back to where we were.
So I had every intention when I went back to school. I went to school for something I thought I was interested in, and I thought I was going to work for a company or whatever. Never occurred to me that I was going to.
Start your own business.
It never occurred to me that I was going to start my own business till I worked for someone else. And after being a stay-at-home mom, you're in charge of everything for a long time. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You have the last say. Then you work for someone else, and they have the last say. And if you don't agree, and you're like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this. It came when I worked at one place. I'm like, I really didn't like my manager, and I'm like, I wouldn't hire you. Like, I wouldn't even hire you. Like, you're not up to my standards, and you're my boss. I'm like, I can't do this. But I was learning a lot working there, because I learned prospecting skills, because it was a sales job, and you need to sell yourself when you have your own business. And I was learning product knowledge. It was a flooring kitchen design place, so I learned a lot of product knowledge that I took with me into
where
my
you
business.
were now.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog. Okay. Got to check over my shoulder.
So I went to school first, learned the basics.
Well, then you did intern with me a little bit.
So that's awesome. I went to school for interior design. Never even heard of home staging before, and I ended up in home staging. So you never know when you go pursue something you're interested in, you never know that is going to lead you to something that you're even more interested in. You never know. You just got to do something.
And I think that is how, with people who go and get a college degree, a lot of them do not go into their follow their degree of what they went to school for.
And that's
it's
not a bad
usually,
thing.
No, it's not. Yeah, you kind of find out your niche and what it is that you like or don't like to do. But then finding a business that you want to start, like you're saying, you want to find something that you're really passionate about, something that you love doing, something that's a hobby could actually turn into your business.
Right. And just because there's other businesses that do the same thing, that's okay.
Actually, competition is a good thing.
It is a good thing, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can learn from people.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Buddy!
You can learn from people. Where's Buddy?
I don't know. Buddy! Oh, there he is. Okay. I'm so sorry. Dog's name's Buddy, as you can tell. A black lab, and he's so old. And
he's so sweet, though.
Yeah.
I always say dogs are such awesome human beings.
They're awesome human beings. I love it.
They're nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, what were we talking about? I can't remember.
We were talking about how you turn something you like or your passion into your business, and you started in interior design. You did an internship, and not knowing, you didn't even know about staging or what it entailed.
Not at all. Not at all.
So how did you find staging? How did you hook up and start that?
You, because it was
staging.
Because we were doing interior, so I was
cheers.
Thanks.
Yeah, cheers.
Wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. Oh, stupid bee!
I know you went into the bottle. Should have corked it. Okay.
Stupid bees. I got stung.
Yeah. So, keep going. Yeah. So how did I help you with doing staging?
Well, because
or did you know that you didn't want to do
I needed
interior?
an internship, and I met Kelly at a cabbie party. It's like a Tupperware party for clothes.
And how long ago was that?
Like 9 years ago, something.
Yeah, it was probably about that. Yeah.
And so and the person hosting the party said, it's a new neighbor in the neighborhood. I think she's in interior design. You might be interested in talking to her. So I talked to you, and you were very nice, but like minimal, like you're sort of guarded or something. But nice, not guarded in a bad way. You were new in the neighborhood, so you're getting to know people like you didn't know anybody. But I could tell you're cool.
Okay.
And so I needed an internship.
But this was like a year or two later you contacted me. Longer than that?
No, for my internship, after we met at that party.
Uh-huh.
No, it was like 3 months.
Oh, was it that?
Yeah, it was like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember. It was important to me.
Sorry.
But,
it's like our first date. I don't remember the first phone call. Yeah.
But so I thought, oh my gosh, I learned about Kelly, that all the things she had done on HGTV, DIY networks, and she had like some awards on house.com. I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea who I was meeting. And I thought, geez, that would be a great internship. That'd be so cool. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I email her? How do I contact her? I'm like, I'm going to go old school and straight up call her. So I called you, you didn't answer, thank God. I was nervous. I left a message, and she called me back. And she said, sure, that would be great. You can intern with me. Now you got to remember this, when we first met at the first house. So she was working for I Hate My Kitchen on the DIY Network show. I had no idea what was going on. Do you remember this, Kelly?
Oh, I remember.
I was supposed to meet her at a certain house at a certain time. I pull up, she's in the front yard waiting for me. I get in my car, start walking up the yard, and she's like, shh. And I'm like, what's going on? No idea what I was walking into. And they were filming in the backyard, and boy, did I learn a lot about how design works on TV.
It's different.
Yeah, the host of the show takes all the credit, and at first I'm like, that's a blatant lie. That's just a freaking blatant lie. But it's not a blatant lie in the way that he's the face of the show. He has to be likable. I say he because our host was a male.
Yeah.
And
it takes a whole team.
It does take a whole team, and if he wasn't likable in carrying the show, you wouldn't have a job.
Yep.
So I learned how to design an entire new kitchen with new ideas. It was DIYs. We had to provide projects where the homeowner could, do it, and then to participate in. And then at the end, we had to prop the kitchen out, and that's where the staging comes in.
Okay,
Propping those
sure.
kitchens for the final reveal, for the final photographs.
Yep.
That's where the staging, and that's what I liked, is that propping things out and making it look just perfect, and really bringing everything
interesting.
together.
Yeah, and I thought maybe you were going to say you realized what you didn't want to do.
Oh no,
but that is part of it though, because a part of it is
Yes.
you know what you don't want to do,
right.
and you've talked to me about that before.
But that's my advice: is if you have an interest, go out. You just got to get out there. And I'm telling you, go to school, get a job in the industry or whatever your industry is. Just get a job. I worked at Schneiderman's for a while, so I could learn about furniture. I worked at ProSource, so I could learn about flooring and kitchen. I worked there because I didn't know what else to do, and all this stuff that I was like kept.
It got you ready. It got you ready for your next step.
And I did a bunch of stuff with you because I was just gathering skills and information so that maybe it will turn into something.
And my biggest thing is, why not? I mean, you want to go, reach to the stars. Go for it.
Yes.
Who is there to tell you no?
Yeah.
And the people that do tell you no, you just need to push them aside, and you just need to go for it.
That's why I don't want to work for them. That's why I don't want to go there.
I mean, because so many people have told me no.
Yes.
With what I want to do.
Right.
And that actually drives me harder and pushes me more, because I can say, stand back, watch me. I'm going to do it because I believe in it. And if you believe in it in your gut, go for it. I mean, there's so many things, designing for television. Whoever thought I would, be designing for television.
And now, how did you get into that?
So they were doing, it was way back Decorating Sense. That was what, 15, 20 years ago? God, probably 20 years ago.
With Joan Steffen.
Joan Steffen.
And that's another thing, is I've been with Kelly for 6 months or so, and you mentioned that, and I'm like, oh my God, I frickin' remember you.
Oh my God.
I remember that show. I remembered you.
So I was at the tail end of the show. So I was a guest designer. I was on camera doing Decorating Sense. And then the show ended, and then the production company contacted me to do a pilot for another show to help them design, and for the designing part of it. So I did that and designed probably the whole series for that show, and then another new show came up and they said, can you do the pilot for that one? And then it just led on to probably 10 different shows that I've designed for, and one after another. And that's another thing, if you believe in your work and in yourself, you work hard, it's going to pay off. And it will set you apart find something that sets you apart from everybody else.
Right.
And my thing was, I worked my ass off.
Yes.
And I didn't say no, actually, at the beginning. And now I'm kind of learning to say no, but in a different way.
Yeah.
But my thing is, you just go for it.
Yeah.
Don't say no. Just do it.
And it's funny, because when you say reach for the stars and that kind of stuff, I wasn't reaching for the stars. I just wanted to make the same amount on my own as I would working for this idiot.
But for some,
at least do that.
But for some
At least
people,
make
that is
much.
Reaching the stars.
Well,
Starting your own business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's scary.
Yeah, I just wanted to make
really
the same amount of money and not have to be told how to do something.
Yeah.
Because when I worked for someone else, my standards were really higher than their standards.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm like, I don't want you representing me. I'd work really hard, especially, I don't know how people do sales when they're selling things, but I'm like, I worked really hard to do this, now you're screwing it up for me, and I couldn't stand it.
It's like, stand aside, I'll just do it all.
And that's like being a stay-at-home mom, just do everything, the way you want to do it, and you run the show.
You end up doing it all.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, and then in owning a business, you do it all.
Right.
You do everything from invoice, inventory, I mean, everything.
And that can be a deterrent for some people, because like, I love to stage, but I don't like to network. I don't like the invoice and keep track of numbers and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, you're doing what you love to do, but you're also doing a lot that you don't love to do too.
Right. Yeah.
But it comes
it's well worth it.
It's well worth it.
Worth it. Yeah. Because I've owned my own business now at least 15 years, I would say.
Yeah.
And then now starting up another business. It's going extremely well, and this time I am shooting for the stars.
Yep.
I've got some hefty goals,
Yep.
and
Now, when we were at the winery, we talked about Kelly's new location, which is right next door. It's just double the size.
Yep.
And we were going to give you a tour of that store, but we ended up here on the lake instead just because of the weather
Right, it's beautiful.
and stuff. So we'll have to
do a tour.
get a tour of your store. But
Yeah.
what you're talking about is your store, not your interior design
Right.
business.
Yeah, and
your
that's
store is
still-
the priority right now.
Yeah, and I'm still doing, like, I have 2, interior design meetings tomorrow.
Right.
And my business now is at the store, so I have my first interior design meeting at the store,
Mm-hmm.
at my new office, and then the other one is at a home location. But I need to work on my office. It's not very pretty right now,
Yeah.
so I hope they don't look at that and go, she's not very good.
Well, you're in transition, and
Yeah.
their store looks awesome, and they can see that, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah,
I
well.
don't worry about that. Stupid bee.
And also, we would like to know if you have any questions. What
Right.
does anybody want to know anything about starting your own business?
Right. So today's topic was more just the initial idea or thought you had that I want to do this on my own. I don't want to work for someone else. I want to do my own thing. And how do you do that? And at the very, very beginning, sometimes you have to go to school. Sometimes you have to work for someone else to learn the ropes and learn how other people are doing it. You get an inside peek on your competition.
And I would also set meetings up with people that are in the industry. You know what? Tap their brain. I am
Right.
more than happy for somebody who's thinking of starting their own business. I would
Right.
love to tell you, answer any questions that you have.
Yeah.
And what things to do, what not to do, that type
And
of thing.
and for me,
Don't be afraid to ask.
and for me, it's got to be a continual thing because interning with you, I only needed so many hours. I ended up working with you,
Mm-hmm.
assisting you.
I know,
for
and I
like
feel-
6 months.
I know, and-
way
and-
past where
Well-
what was needed for an internship for school, but it was like going to school for free. I was learning so much and getting so much experience, and not just working with you, because not only did we do the DIY show, but she would have other clients too, and she's like, I'm going to go to this client that needs A, B, and C if you want to come along. And I'm like, I'm coming. I'm there because I'm a slow learner at some things.
I wouldn't say that, though.
Well, not when it came to the design part, but when it came to the business part. Like, how do you make money doing this? How do you charge? How do you sell yourself? And we'll have to make that another topic, like networking. Oh my God, networking was a nightmare for me.
I am not a good networker.
I hate it.
It tires me.
hate it.
I'm actually an introvert, and people are like, "No, you're not," and I am.
I always said, sometimes in the very beginning when I was networking, I'm like, I'm actually doing more damage than good.
Yeah.
I'm a way better stager than I am selling myself.
Oh,
or,
same.
Or
I'm
public
awful.
speaking, that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm like, what I am doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
believe-
I actually went to Toastmasters and everything for a while to practice public speaking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm an outgoing person and I can talk one-on-one, no problem, just about with anybody. But
You are good.
and, or I can talk to a small group if I'm sitting, but as soon as I go this much higher and I have to stand, my whole world changes. I can't remember what I was going to say. I look like an idiot. I mean, I'm better now. I'm talking in the beginning.
Well,
I'm better now.
I'm
but I
the same
still
way.
Like it.
Yeah, it's funny because if I speak in front of 100 people, I'm much better
Mm.
than like 8 to 15 for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
To me, it's almost not a matter of the number so much as the standing. If I could just sit and talk to people,
Yeah, no
that's
problem.
fine. But
huh?
if I'm standing up, all of a sudden I feel like I'm the center of attention,
Well,
and
you kinda
I
are.
just lose. Well, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. My feeling was right. And so I'm like, I can't remember what I was gonna say. I don't know. Ask me later. Ask me when we're sitting.
Or my
down.
heart starts going in a
know.
I'm hyperventilating.
I know.
Yeah.
But that networking and selling yourself is another whole topic. But
See, it's nice that my husband is with me now.
Now,
with
he's
my
a
business.
salesperson.
Oh my God, is he a salesperson?
I
I don't have to say a
don't
word.
know how,
He is.
I don't know how salespeople that are really
Yeah,
outgoing
and
that
he's
kind of stuff
good.
do it.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got that.
Once I get
niche.
started, I'm comfortable like one-on-one, like if it's a
Yeah.
one-on-one meeting with somebody, like somebody wants, have coffee with somebody and that kind of stuff is okay.
Yeah.
I'm way better at that now too. But But
So,
speaking,
yeah, during COVID or before COVID,
Yeah.
I was scheduled to talk. I think it was at Nashville or Vegas at some
Oh, did you
big
do that?
convention. No, because COVID hit.
oh,
It was
I
a
got
big
you. Oh,
convention, and I
I
was supposed to
remember-
be a big presentation to like hundreds of people on interior design.
I remember
designing
saying
with
to you, I remember
ProSource.
saying to you, I'm like, why would you want to do that?
I'm like, oh,
I'd be a nurse wreck.
and then to me, I'm like, it kind of sounds like fun. That kind of sounds like fun.
sounds like hell to me.
But talking in front of a group of 10, standing up, 10, 12, your peers. I'm like,
I can do that if I'm sitting. Me is a standing thing. Like, why do I have to stand? Can we just sit around a table and talk?
Yeah. Well,
Everybody has their like hang. Well, public speaking is supposed to be one of the biggest fears, most common fears that everyone has. It's just some people hide it.
So
more
how
than
does
others.
some of you get over public
Right,
speaking?
right.
Do you have? Oh, people always say, "Look at everybody in their underwear." I can't do that. No,
That's too distracting.
I know. It's like no. That's
Yeah.
the last thing on my mind. Yeah. So what do you do to get over that fear?
Well, you know what I did? You just have to keep doing it.
Over and over.
It's like, how many times do I have to make an ass out of myself before this is going to work out for me?
How do you know you're still not making an ass out of yourself?
I know when I'm making an ass out of myself.
So you think?
I think I know when I'm making an ass out of myself. Put the wine down,
Yeah.
for one thing. Put the wine down when you're talking.
Well,
That's a tip.
yeah. Put the wine down
If,
while
it,
you're
if
talking.
it's if it's like a social happy hour thing, don't talk while you're holding a glass, because now you look like, huh. I did that at the winery. I did that.
Oh, you
And
mean
when
with
I
one of
looked
our
at the
videos?
video, I'm like, oh my, that's ridiculous.
I didn't think. I thought you looked fine.
Yeah, you have to say that because you're my friend.
No, you did. You look fine.
Well, we're
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
So-
Oh,
But
you
no,
need a
put
good
the-
friend in life too, man.
Put the wine down and talk so you don't look like it's all. You look more balanced, because when you're holding your glass and talking, you look unbalanced.
You think so?
Not mentally unbalanced.
Okay,
but
so
when
let's get back. Let's back to our
You gotta
conversation.
be stable. Yeah. What were we talking about now?
Owning your own business.
Oh yeah, owning your own business. Well, that's another good thing about owning your own business. You can get off track all you want,
Yeah.
as long as you get back on
Take
track.
time off when you want.
So I went to a friend's pool today. So I worked until midnight last night, so that
and that's part of having your own business
so
too.
that I could
Yeah.
spend. A friend of mine is out of town for a weekend. She has this gorgeous pool, and I needed some me time and stuff. And she's like, "Have at it." So I worked my butt off, and then spent like 3 hours only 3 hours at the pool, because I had to be here tonight to do this. But tomorrow, she's gone all week. My goal is to be at that pool for at least minimum 3 hours a day for this entire week. I've got vacant stations going. I got stuff going, but I can
Schedule
do that
around.
poolside, and
Yeah.
I can schedule around. If I get some more calls, I'm gonna be bummed, because
Yeah.
I don't want
Put it
I
off.
don't wanna
Put
work
it
this
off
week.
till next week.
I know.
That's one good thing about owning your own business. You
Right.
can do what you want when you want to do it.
Right.
But then again, you can't turn it
But
off.
then again, you can't, because when you're super busy, I found that out. When I'm in my busy time, you can't say no, because your regulars count on you.
Yeah, true.
You can't let them
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So when you are really busy, you might have to put in long hours and just haul butt for a while.
Yep.
But then
It's well worth
it's
it.
not always you.
That way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
worth it. Well, if you're growing, sometimes then you might get to the point where you might need employees or whatever. But that's a whole nother.
I never wanted to get to that point. I didn't want employees.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm like,
Yeah. Do you want to do it? Do you not? And then also,
I have said no.
I'm a little obsessive. I mean, I want it to look a certain way,
Right.
which is kind of tough to let that go.
Well, I mean, I'm so OCD. It's gotta look perfect. And
Right.
I know how, and I'm
It's
really
got your
weird.
name on it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm
It's
really
got your
weird
name
too,
on it.
because like with staging, when I'm putting something together, I want it to look right. I want to look nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like not feeling it, don't like it, do this, and keep changing it up. Like not feeling it, all of a sudden you do something, you know what you want, it's just not happening, or you don't have what you have, what you want to make it happen. Then all of a sudden you sort of make it happen. I'm in the right business when I put something down, or and I get a little tiny butterfly in my stomach, and there
That
it is. There it is. I'm super excited.
Sometimes
right
it's
now.
tough getting
It
there.
doesn't take much for me to get excited
Yeah.
in this, but yeah,
That's tough sometimes.
it's right.
Yeah. Like I did a whole person's house, floor to bottom, gut job.
Oh,
Removed
stressful.
walls, everything, flooring, ceiling got ripped out,
And
walls
I don't
got
care
ripped down,
how long you've been in the
sheetrock,
business, how good
studs.
you are, you still doubt yourself a little bit.
Oh my God!
You're
Well,
just,
I did
God,
the
I
whole.
hope they like
yeah,
it.
I did the
It's-
whole floor plan. I had
Yeah.
2 different floor plans. You know, one ripping down walls, the other one not. Everything from the kitchen design, cabinet design, built-in, ceiling, you know, beam design, everything. And now it's completed, and
Yeah.
you know they love it, which is
Thank goodness,
awesome.
yeah.
It looks pretty good. if I
Well,
don't
and you
say so
check it
myself.
along the way and everything, but that's the thing. That's
It's-
the difference between interior design and home staging. Home staging is a formula. I know what it has to be, and they just don't care because they want to
Because
sell their house.
Yeah.
Where you, it's way more personal. Like
Oh, yeah,
you
very
need
personal.
to and that is so much. It's so much work, and I never got paid enough for that.
Yeah,
That's a
and
lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and
Yeah.
and I also don't think my clients realize there's meetings that I go to that they have no idea that I go to.
Right.
I meet the people on site because I don't want the client, to be upset.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to these meetings on site to figure things out, and then
Yeah.
I present them with an option if things are not the way that they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I say, you know, oh, we have option A or we have option B. I
Yes.
figure out what the solution is
Right.
before everybody gets worked up. So clients they have no idea. Sometimes I'm able to work it out and they have no idea.
Right.
So a lot of times my clients don't know all the work.
And
that is done behind the
that's where
scenes.
the problem for me comes in with interior design. Is like it has to go right. I don't want to look bad.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
want it to.
yeah.
I want the project to go well.
And I want my
And so
client
I'm
to be
putting all
happy.
this work into it, but I'm not getting. I just I never charged enough because I never knew how to get that
And
value across to somebody. You know.
Yeah, and it's tough. Some
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I don't want to pay them. Then it's okay, good luck. Or they pay me by hour. Like I do usually do a design rate or pay me by hour. Well, you're going to pay me for my mileage. You're going to pay me for my time when I'm driving. You're going to pay me
Right.
for, you know, all the
But see,
those
my
meetings
problem,
that I do go to that they don't even know about.
But my problem is like, let's say you're at the end, you're furnishing it. Sometimes it could take, let's say it takes you 3 hours to find a sofa, and you're charging 150 an hour. Well, all of a sudden, like half your time that they're paying is like half the cost of the sofa,
Or full.
a third, or whatever. Yeah, right.
It
And
is
so
what
now,
it is.
So it's not like now. How do you justify that to the client? Well, it took me 3 hours. Why did it take? I just can't stand it. I don't like
well,
to try to justify.
and they see the emails back and forth. They know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
So, and there are some that are nickel dime you, you know,
Right.
and there are some that are like, okay, I get it. Yeah,
Mhm, yeah.
And without you, I won't be able to make it happen. So,
Yeah, and see,
It's tough.
and with me being so OCD and a control freak, I love the total control of it. They're like,
with your staging.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they
You're-
just want to sell the house.
And a lot of times you're there by yourself.
Oh, you're there by yourself. You
Yeah.
meet with them, and
And you
and-
do
and
your
they-
thing.
and they're like, by what you say to them, they're like completely on board with it, and then they're like, just do what it takes to sell the house. This is the budget. I do it.
Yeah. Or you tell them to do it.
Or
right?
if it's a
clients
consult,
are
I
different,
tell them to
right?
do it, yeah.
Yeah, some clients are different.
Right.
They want to do it or have you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I
So-
hope we were able to help.
Yeah, I don't know if we got off topic or not. I don't know.
We probably did.
Oh, we always do. Whatever. At least
But
we're
what a beautiful night. I mean, my gosh.
yeah, beautiful night on the lake at Ken's
Yep.
place, having some wine, doing another.
Got a little bee sting.
Oh, I hope it's better.
It doesn't
Yeah, it
look
feels
swollen
better.
anymore.
I think I need another glass of wine.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. Okay. I think I can do that.
But so now, this is going to be our YouTube video. I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm
Subscribe.
gonna edit it. So remember to subscribe to As We See It, and then I'm going to do some editing to this too, and do some fun
I can't
things.
wait
I'm
to
gonna
see.
I'm learning. My niece is teaching me a few things
Awesome.
I'm learning. So.
Yeah. Awesome. So next time, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, we don't need to know right now.
No.
I don't.
We'll see.
It'll be something to do with the process of owning a business, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I don't
thank
know.
you.
Who knows? Okay.
Yeah. It was a fun night.
Yes, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope any of this helped at all. you
Or at
haven't-
least you enjoyed the conversation.
Right. And,
Yeah.
you know, if you go to our YouTube video, you could always do comments and ask questions there.
Yeah, questions.
I
We
don't
love
know,
questions.
I think we're going to put this on Facebook, maybe on
Yeah,
Facebook.
Facebook, YouTube link. It'd have to be a link on,
On Facebook to YouTube.
To
And if you
YouTube.
have any questions about home staging or interior design, that would be great.
Please
We'll
ask.
answer your questions, really.
Yeah. All right.
That would be great. Anything you want to know.
Yep. Well,
We're here for you.
as,
All right, so as we see it,
it,
it's a beautiful night.
it's Kelly,
And Vicky.
and until next time,
Until next time, and remember to subscribe.
thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.